Umpire Garrett holds the ball aloft in the second half, about to get underway. The Lions trail by 28 points. There's the bounce, won well by Burton, as Keith was saying. O'Brien goes in, seemed to be grabbed but not in possession. Subiaco get it, Snow a half pass to McNish. The Lions go into their forward line. The kick wide towards the right full forward pocket. Metropolis and Jones can't keep the ball in play, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Subiaco need to draw blood on the board very early in this third quarter to lift their spirits and their confidence. Langdon.
Tuition has picked up Lambourne. That's a change. And
Mifka is back on Langdon again after half-time. The ball thrown in, and it finds its way back to the front of the pack and over the boundary line once again.
Lambourne, a very damaging player in that second quarter.
Yes, he's impressed in the games we've seen this year with West Perth. This time Nelson just smashes the ball back over the line as it's thrown in. And a bit of a stalemate developing here deep in the right full forward pocket for the Lions. Ball thrown in front of a packed grassy slope out there. There's not much green on display, but plenty of colour from the spectators. The ball comes down to the front. Harris's kick doesn't travel very far. It's blanketed by bodies, and again it rolls over the line for a boundary throw-in. Already we believe Ian Dargy, former Sandover medalist, in the book for a report in the second quarter. The ball thrown in. Nelson at the front brings it down. Mifka a hurried kick round the outer half-back flank. The ball trapped very cleverly there by O'Brien of West Perth. He kicks high with the left boot down the outer wing. A brilliant mark taken out there by Curley. He had one arm pinned, but he took it brilliantly with the other arm, and now 50 metres has been enforced by the umpire. That's umpire Jeffrey Pritchard, and Curley will now come down well inside his attacking 50 and well within kicking range.
Well, umpires, be very careful with the 50 metres they give, because they invariably give a goal when they give 50 metres. And we're too far from the action to even make a comment there. Obviously, the attacker would have lingered, but whether it was serious enough to warrant 50 metres, I don't know. The Subiaco player is quite incensed about it.
Todd Curley hasn't kicked a goal yet this afternoon. He shoots from 45 metres out. He stabs at it. It doesn't spin nicely off the boot, but it's got the desired result. Straight through the middle. And that's just what Subiaco and their coach Tony Solomon didn't want. West Perth kicked their ninth. They're 9-15-69, leading Subiaco 5-5-35.
Glenn Coyle is quite disgusted. He's the man that gave the 50 metres away. And in fact, he went up to the other umpire, Trevor Garrett, and had a long talk to him. And obviously, he didn't think that it warranted the 50 metres. But umpire Pritchard applied it. It's cost a goal.
Now Garrett bounces the ball down in the middle. Burton goes for it with Nelson. Nelson wins the knock, but it's kicked out of the pack by McNish. Fumbled by Langdon. West Perth Milton Hall goes in, gets the ball to Harris. Harris kicks it up towards centre half forward. It bounces awkwardly. Burns goes up for West Perth, but Keezer taps it down to Dargy. Dargy goes down to ground under the tackle, and the umpire will bounce the ball. Derek Hall putting a strong tackle there on Dargy, and Garrett to bounce it 45 metres out from the West Perth goal. Hall goes in the ruck with Coyle. Hall wins it easily up into the forward pocket. Through comes Burns, plays the ball towards the goal square. Dargy blocks it, knocks the ball free over towards Monaghan. Monaghan goes for the boundary. There's a sea of West Perth jumpers there. There's almost 5-on-1 there, and Dargy had no alternative but to put the ball over the line.
Big job here for Subiaco. West Perth's confidence is very high.
Donnelly goes up in the ruck opposed to Green. Green wins it down to the front. Through comes Harris. Got grabbed without the ball. Play on, says the umpire. Subiaco clear it. But waiting for it is Lambourne, playing a great game on the wing. And Lambourne's got the mark 65 metres from goal. Lambourne goes for distance now, puts it right up into the pocket. Big pack. Simons went up one-handed, but the mark's been taken by Green. A terrific mark by Trevor Green of West Perth. About 30 metres out from goal and right in front.
He's had plenty of the ball. No doubt about his ability to get the ball. That was a brilliant mark in the pack.
Simons went up one-handed. He must have gone in half-hearted, because I think he realised at the last moment that Green was in the better position. Now, he kicked 1 goal 5 so far today. Drop punt shot on goal. This one's a bit off the side. He's missed again. He's missed again. Unbelievable. He's kicked 1 goal 6, Trevor Green. And West Perth are 9 goals 16, 70, leading Subiaco 5-5-35. And Monaghan to kick the ball back into play. Well, if West Perth lose this game, they'll have only themselves to blame, as the short pass goes out onto the flank, and the mark's been taken out there for Subiaco by Keezer. Kicks it up to Donnelly, who takes the mark on the defensive edge of the centre square. Puts it out onto the wing, and Langdon dives and takes a mark and gets some Bronx cheers from the crowd. comes round the mark. Mifka was the man on the mark. Langdon a nice kick up towards the forward pocket. Heatley the target. Knocked away by Freeman. In goes Metropolis, tackled by Freeman. And it's holding the ball, and Freeman gets the free kick just behind centre half back for West Perth.
Been a good play today, Peter Freeman.
Freeman's got several leaves on offer. He goes short and picks out Mildenhall. From left half back, he kicks the Falcons down the outer wing. 1-on-1, great judgment shown down there by the West Perth player Mifka, opposed to Snow. He takes the mark. He kicks out into the path there of a teammate in Burns, who gathers it on the bounce. He hand passes inside the attacking 50 to West. West hand pass is errant. It's picked up by Dargy. Gets a hand pass to his skipper Snow, who gives it back to Dargy. From right half back, he kicks low down the outer wing, and the mark is taken by Langdon. Presented himself well. He kicks with the left boot up towards his attacking 50, and a strong mark taken by Willett. Right on the attacking 50. He plays on. He went around the man on the mark, shoots towards goals, but he's missed to the right-hand side. And it goes through for Subiaco's first score of the second half. 5 minutes in, they're 5-6-36, trailing West Perth, who are 9-16-70.
Dargy picking up Robbie West, and Snow has gone to the centre.
And Freeman to inbound for West Perth. He sums up his options and favours the outer side of the ground. A lovely pass to Hassler. He dropped the mark under duress from Snow, but he recovered very well. He takes a bounce, draws Langdon, and hand passes over the top to Mifka. Immediately bounces twice. He runs away. Then he kicks with the left boot up towards half forward. Coyle tries to spoil Hall, does so successfully. The loose ball picked up by Subiaco. They kick it onto the members' side of the ground, and the mark is taken by Connell. He lays it off immediately by hand, and a kick forward now by McDonald up towards half forward. In fact, it was from Metropolis, and Bourne takes the mark. He kicks up towards left half forward. Out comes Heatley, gathers it on the bounce. A slick hand pass to O'Brien. One bounce inside 50. Shoots on goals. Great kick. And it's gone thudding into the left goal post. It's hit it very hard, but I think he may have already been out of play. No, the ball's coming back. Kane O'Brien is going to get a free kick. So the behind won't stand on the board. I was following the flight of the ball, didn't see what it was for, but O'Brien now to shoot from 45 metres out, deep in the left full forward pocket.
He must have been interfered with after he'd kicked the ball being kicked. But what a magnificent kick by Monaghan out of defence.
O'Brien squares the ball and he picks out O'Connor, the wingman who drifted down into open space, and he's marked 48 metres out, and the angle is a lot less acute.
That kick by Monaghan set this up. A beautiful screw kick back to Connell right in the middle of the ground.
O'Connor, it's a very packed goal square for Subiaco. It's a booming kick off the boot. The umpire makes ground to his right. And unfortunately for Subiaco, it's only a behind. Subiaco 5-7-37. They trail West Perth 9-16-70.
Moen comes back onto the field for Subiaco, and the player coming off the field for Subiaco is Keezer, as the ball is played out now from the goal square by West Perth and kicked upfield by Freeman towards Nelson. Awkward bounce for him. He taps the ball towards Burns. Burns keeps the ball in play. Nelson gives it back to Burns. That's brilliant cooperative football. Burns puts it up towards half forward, and Curley takes the mark. He'll run round Moen. Curley now makes good ground. He has a good look, goes for distance now towards the goal square. Donnelly in front, from behind going up was Simons, couldn't take the mark. Now Monaghan's got the ball for Subiaco. Hand passes to Coyle. Coyle a hand pass upfield onto the flank to Moen, and Subiaco come out of defence. Up onto that outer wing position from behind McNish, no mark. Through comes Langdon. Opens it up for Connell, who goes for a hand pass to Snow. Snow a hand pass up the half forward. This is McNish, just over 50 metres out. Long kick by McNish. That's a great kick through for a goal to Subiaco. And Subiaco 6-7 now, 43. Trail West Perth 9-16-70. With 8.5 minutes gone in the third quarter.
And lovely handball from Snow. And I'll tell you who played his part in that was Langdon, because he put the fear of God into a few players then. He went through looking for Shepherds, and that allowed Snow to come through and win the ball. He knew he was being protected, and a good handball out to McNish. And didn't McNish take a lot of care getting that kick away? He's an experienced player, and he knew that if Subiaco were going to get back into this game, that had to be a goal. They've got one. Will that do something for their confidence?
You can see McNish's mind working. There was a good lead by Heatley, and he was thinking about passing it. Then he shot on goals, and he got the full points. There's the bounce, won by Nelson. Can West Perth take advantage? They can't. It clean bowls a couple of them. Now it's gathered by O'Brien. He kicks off the left side of the boot. It goes up towards half forward. Out comes Moen. He trapped it very well. Tackled from behind by his opposite number 36 in Burns. Now it's socked off the ground by Harris to West. West the hand pass to Hall. 25 metres out from goals. Left foot shot. And he's put it through. A very quick reply by the Falcons. The second goal to Derek Hall. And West Perth have their 10, 16, 76. Subiaco a 6-7-43 at the 9-minute mark of the third quarter.
Well, very important from a West Perth point of view that they answer quickly. They did that, but the value of the soccer, the intelligent soccer kick, not the blatant soccer kick, the intelligent soccer kick, and it's Harris, Darren Harris, a very clever rover. Never had time to pick it up. Subiaco looked like winning the ball, but the soccer kick found Hall, and on his left foot he had time.
Back at the centre with umpire Trevor Garrett. Craig Nelson still on the ball, going up against Burton. Even Stevens this time, but West Perth didn't knock it out onto the wing. Chance for T. Wisson of Subiaco. Hooks it up towards the half-forward line with a very high kick. Jones is under it for West Perth. Goes up, knocks it off the top of the pack. The ball tapped through by Burton towards Kane O'Brien, but it's won by Damon. And Damon kicks it back onto the outer wing position. Harris is bowled over and a bump by T. Wisson. Through come West Perth. This is Lambourne. Boots it up towards the half-forward flank. That's a well-placed kick out there. Simons comes in, keeps the ball in play. Handball's back to Harris. He gets scragged. Play on, says the umpire. Simons has got it. Hand passes it clear. The umpire's seen interference out there, and Simons will get a free kick.
And Lambourne is down in a bit of trouble near the boundary line, George.
Yes, Lambourne holding that left arm.
I reckon Subiaco have got to make a move. They've got a Sandover medalist out there lamenting in the back line. He won his Sandover medal in the centre line. And I really believe that they need to get Ian Dargie into the centre of the ground.
Okay, now Simons can't take the kick, so Darren Harris has got the ball. Simons in the hands of the trainers. Darren Harris substituting to take the free kick. The drop punt a little bit off the side, comes towards centre half forward. Milton Hall outmarks O'Connor. Milton Hall is a very long kick for a little player. Should have no trouble in making the distance here from 45 metres out.
Well, he shouldn't be able to outmark Nathan O'Connor in a one-on-one duel. And Nathan O'Connor has the height on Milton Hall, but Milton Hall just used his strength to keep O'Connor away from the ball. He took a very well-judged mark. He'll make the distance.
Simon's back on his feet and down in the goal square.
27 points is the lead to West Perth here. Now Milton Hall kicked a couple of lovely goals in the second quarter. Fast lead provided down there by Simons, who's made a quick recovery. Now Milton Hall is going for the goal. It's a massive kick by the little fellow, and it's straight through the centre. He kicked the ball into the crowd. A beautiful kick by Milton Hall. 3 goals to him, and West Perth have gone further in front. We're at the 12-minute mark in the third quarter. And it's Subiaco 6-7-43. Failing West Perth, we're just waiting for their score to go on the board.
11-16-82.
11-16-82.
And that's the story of the day. The midfield runners from West Perth have been superb, and Milton Hall's been one of them. Lambourne another.
Who would have thought West Perth wooden spooners last year, and looks like they'll finish the home and away this season on top of the ladder. Nelson first use out of the middle. He gets a kick away towards Curley. He hoists it high towards half forward. Robbie West, a very good chest mark out in front of Dargie. Two Sandover medalists, and on that occasion the 1992 winner Robbie West taking the honours. Steamed out and punched the ball to his chest. West from right half forward goes for distance deep into the right full forward pocket, back into the air, no mark. At ground level West Perth have the numbers. Milton Hall can't get an effective hand pass away, and umpire Pritchard will effect the bounce deep in the right full forward pocket for the Falcons.
Subi just getting nothing out of their centre line. They've got to try something.
Burton will do the ruck work again for Subiaco. He's up against Derek Hall. Burton has considerable height advantage, and as you'd expect, he wins it, but he gets it straight down at the feet of West, who gets it away, but his kick is blanketed. O'Connor keeps it in for Subiaco. Now the ball comes along the boundary line. Burton a socket kick. Trapped well on the bounce there by O'Brien. That's Kane O'Brien for Subi. A pass down the wing, and the boozer for Carl Langdon is marked on his chest. The peroxide blonde from the West Coast Eagles kicks to half forward. Not a good kick off the boot. It clean bowls Willett, who puts a tackle on Edwards, but he gets a falling hand pass to Mifka. Mifka into the centre square, a mark to Nelson. Nelson a hand pass off to Harris. Forward of the centre circle. Kicks West Perth into attack, into a nest of lions. Monaghan takes the relieving mark for Subiaco.
He's been a very good player for Subiaco today, one of the very few.
Shapes for the drop punt. It's a low one towards the centre square. It won't carry to Connell. He charges out after it, but through comes Starr. A falling long hand pass up towards half forward. It's trapped by Derek Hall. Shoots on goals from 45 metres, and he's put it through. A goal to West Perth, 3 to Derek Hall, and West Perth are 12 goals, 16-88. Subiaco 6-7-43. Gary Kemp coming on for Burton. And I think it's already safe to say that the Falcons will head the table at the end of the home and away season.
About that, and I thought Matt Connell should have run a bit harder at that. was Starr that he took the front running, but it was Conlon the run of the ball after delivery from Monaghan. He just put in a couple of short steps and Starr was able to burst through, and again Derek Hall was able to get free and run into another open goal.
So West Perth have kicked 4 goals to 1 in the third quarter. We're at the 15-minute mark, halfway through the quarter. Nelson wins the ruck knock. Going after the ball is McNish. The bounce beats him. Lambourne comes through, wards off McNish, puts the ball up towards half forward. Burns goes after it with the Subiaco player Moen. Moen keeps it in play, gives it back to Snow. Snow boots it downfield. West Perth there in number. At the back, Edwards knocks the ball towards the boundary, and it's gone across the line out of play.
Guess who took that last centre knock, centre bounce down for Subiaco? Nathan O'Connor, would you believe, and that's a losing move for mine.
Yeah, well, Burton's off the field at the moment, having a rest. Knock out of the ruck this time by Willett of Subiaco. Down the front, Harris goes in hard, can't control the ball, and it's gone across the line and out of play.
I think Donnelly's come up onto the ball now, but gee, you can't afford to concede one centre bounce, in my opinion, when you've got a Craig Nelson rucking.
Well, Nelson's about 4 inches bigger than Donnelly. The ruck knocks one by Edwards from behind. Langdon's got to his handball, goes straight to Lambourne. His handball was ineffective. Subiaco going hard, trying to get it out. Snow's got the ball for them now. The skipper does well, gets the hand pass out to McNish. McNish dummies the handball. He's 65 metres from goal, puts it up to full forward. Kemper's down there, knocked away by Freeman. Willett's got the ball. He goes down at a weight of numbers. Milton Hall gets it, clears it for West Perth to centre half back. Nelson goes in with the Shepherd. Through comes Donnelly, grab round the neck. He's got to get a free kick. Donnelly of Subiaco. This is about 51 metres out from goal. So Donnelly with some hope of making the distance. He used to be a full forward for Subiaco when he came into league football. Donnelly didn't take a great deal of time. His kick will drop short. Willett goes up, the ball knocked off the pack and goes through for a force behind. 6 goals, 8-44 to Subiaco. West Perth 12-16, 88, and that means that Subiaco, West Perth have doubled Subiaco's score.
That was a really courageous effort by Donnelly for mine. Then he earned that free kick.
Freeman inbounds straight down the centre corridor. That's a thumping kick at the back by the mark. It's taken by Mithka. Gee, that was a magnificent kick by Freeman. Mithka the mark, kicks into the centre circle. On the bounce, gathered by Jones, tackled by Donnelly. He breaks it. He takes the bounce. Takes a second. He's inside 50, 40 metres from goal. Blazes away off the side of the boot, out of bounds on the full.
Got all excited.
Deserved a goal, didn't it?
That did, but what a poor tackle by Donnelly. Just one go. The second effort wasn't there.
Kick back into play. Subiaco favour the members' side of the ground. O'Connor will fly from behind. He takes the mark. Thought about hand passing on. Now he goes onto his right boot. It's smothered brilliantly by Wesley. Came in from the side. A hand pass to Milton Hall. He gets tackled. Hand pass into the path of Hall. Tackled by O'Connor. Gets the hand pass away. Monaghan can't control it. Milton Hall taps it away towards Curley. Curley a hand pass off then to Harris. Harris gets tackled and legged by Dargie. No free kick. Brilliant hand pass though out to Milton Hall. A right foot kick back to a central position. Into the air Subiaco. Coyle takes the mark. Hand passes off immediately to Moen. One bounce. Takes a second. Takes a third. He's past right half back. Approaching the wing. Kicks low towards the centre of the ground. Not a good kick off the boot. West Perth are there in numbers at the back of the pack. Gathered by Darren O'Brien. Kicks onto the members' side. Hassler a good mark. Running with the flight of the ball. Was knocked away from him. And he'll go back now behind the man on the mark, Moen, and a chance to put the West Perth club into attack.
So West Perth 12-16, lead Subiaco 6-8. Hassler with a drop punt up to the half-forward flank. In front of Subiaco through Dargie, and he takes a good mark in front of Derek Hall.
Don't you reckon he should be up in the middle of the ground, George?
Well, maybe.
They've got to do something.
They've got to do something, get some drive from midfield. T. Wisson's got the ball now. Kicks it out towards right half forward. McNish was grabbed, play on. Might have been the advantage rule. Now Mithka comes in, knocks the ball away from Langdon and puts it over the boundary. Good tussle there between Mithka and Langdon now. Langdon's got a few kicks in this third quarter, but Mithka's been a star player all day for West Perth. Nelson, the easy tap, back to Edwards. Edwards hand passes over to Starr. Starr back to Nelson. Nelson pushes it out to Mithka. And Mithka clears down the wing now. Good shepherding and body work by Burns of West Perth. Allows the ball to run on to West. West gives it to Harris, but he runs into trouble. Subiaco hand pass it out to Snow. And Snow with a left foot kick kicks back towards the centre of the ground where Donnelly takes the mark. Call to play on. Hooks the ball upfield, but Milton Hall's there. They get into his back. That's O'Connor. Play on, says the umpire. Pushed out to Willett. Willett gets a hand pass to T. Wisson. Subiaco struggling, and it's booted up towards the half-forward flank where Freeman knocks it away from Heatley. Freeman follows it up now and pushes it across the line now to play. He's a robust, hard defender, and that was excellent work by him on that occasion. Now coming off the field for West Perth is Burns, and Painter comes back onto the field. The throw in on the far side. The ball won by West Perth's Lambourne, and the measured kick goes up along the boundary, swings out across the line, and there'll be another boundary throw in down towards the wing on that outer side. West Perth 12-16, leads Subiaco 6-8. And 20 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter. Nelson against Donnelly. Nelson easily wins the tap. Ball picked up by Dargy. Gets a free kick for a high tackle, but his hand pass has gone through the back and it's booted upfield to Bourne. The advantage rule paid there. Bourne is 55 metres from goal, maybe 60. Kicks up towards Heatley. Wide of that player. The full forward's got it hooked back towards goal. It's not a bad kick, but it's dropping short. Kemper's behind Freeman. Freeman knocks it down to Milton Hall. Milton Hall with a confident hand pass to Mifka in the goal square. And away goes Mifka in the left full back pocket. Draws the man, gives the ball to Jones. Back it goes to Mifka. Magnificent take with the left hand. Gives it to Hasler. Back to Mifka. Look at this for cooperative football. And Mifka now with a long kick. Up the half forward it goes. Robbie West there for West Perth. There's another good bit of teamwork as he pushes the ball to Starr. Starr can't get it. McNish has got it for Subiaco. Kicks it short. Bourne has got it. Hand passes now to a Snow running pass. Snow boots it up towards Heatley. Heatley under the ball with Freeman. At the back, West Perth clear the ball away. Comes out towards the half-back flank and it's out of play. 60 metres from the Subiaco goals. That was Jones who cleared the ball. And at 60 metres from the Subiaco goals, they're making heavy weather of it with just one goal for Subiaco in this third quarter. The throw in, Nelson and Donnelly. One down by Nelson, shark by Langdon, kick the full forward. Through comes Freeman, knocks it down to Jones. Back it goes to Freeman. Freeman boots it out to Mifka. And the West Perth defenders are playing great football as a unit. And Mifka with no pressure on him whatsoever. He's really enjoying this. Tackled now by Gary Kemp, but he runs away from him. Draws a couple of men, gives the hand pass out wide to Hasler. Hasler boots it up to half forward to the lead of Simon. With him is Monahan. Monahan's got the ball, but his hand pass is loose. Moen goes in with a socket. Painter comes through for West Perth. Tackled high by Moen, and Painter's got the free kick 60 metres from goal. Lee Painter with a free kick. He won't make the distance from out there, but he goes for a short pass, but the man in front is Coyle.
Ooh.
And the Subiaco centre half-back takes the mark.
Just. He nearly dropped it.
Coyle now to clear the ball for Subiaco. West Perth lead 12-16 to Subiaco 6-8.
He's picked out Kemp at right half-back. He runs away after marking a low left footer into the circle in the middle, and it's marked by O'Connor. He was told to play on by the umpire. He took 3 paces. The tackle from Nelson saw the ball still loose. Gathered by Harris. He kicks to half forward. Back comes Milton Hall. He can't trap the bouncing ball, but Harris can, following up. Shoots on goal from 48 metres. Plenty of carry. Just misses to the left-hand side. Great effort there by Harris. He got the initial kick away in the centre, then followed up. West Perth are behind. 12-17, 89. Subiaco 6-8, 44.
I reckon Subiaco is still having a fair dinkum go. They haven't given it away, but nothing's breaking for them.
Monahan kicks in, favours the members' side. A mark overhead to Coyle. Plays on immediately. Hand passes back to a central position and Chewison crosses his defensive 50. Ugly kick off the boot. Falls right in the lap of O'Brien, just forward to the centre line. Darren O'Brien for West Perth. He's got Derek Hall screaming for the ball all on his own at left half forward. Beautiful kick and a good mark. Snow was closing in on him, but it was a pinpoint pass over 50 metres. Hall now has Milton Hall drifting down, and he's taken the mark 45 metres out from goals, deep in the left full forward pocket.
Coyle has got to stay a lot closer to Derek Hall. You don't let an Eagle player run loose like he's being able to do at the moment. Coyle is starting to read the game instead of playing on his man.
Neil Milton Hall has 3 goals. He puts the ball to turf and pulls up the socks. Obviously fancies his chances. He'll shoot from almost right on the 50, perhaps just slightly inside it. In he comes, puts the ball on the boot towards the city end of the ground. It didn't float very tightly off the boot, and it's missed to the near side and through for a behind. West Perth, it could be anything today. They're 12-18, that's 90. Subiaco is 6-8, 44.
And the scoreboard clock showing 24 minutes gone here as Monahan kicks out of the members' side. At the back of the pack, a chance for Connell, but he lets the ball go for McDonald of Subiaco to put it up towards Langdon. And Langdon leads down confidently from half forward. Takes a good mark. Kicks into Mifka. And Mifka then makes a splendid recovery. Gives the ball to O'Brien. And unbelievably, West Perth spring back into attack. Now McDonald races back with Curley. Curley gets the boot into it. Lambourne goes after it for West Perth, but it beats him across the line. Out of play, 50 metres from the West Perth goal.
Well, nothing will break for Subiaco. Carl Langdon, like the rest of the side, trying very hard, and nothing going wrong for Paul Mifka. It's just one of those golden days.
Yes, he's got the ball on a string today. No doubt about that, Keith. There's the throw in. A couple of little blokes go for it. Coyle and Hall. Well, compared to Nelson, they're little blokes, and the ball's knocked across the line out of play for another boundary throw in front of the Social Club. This is about 65 metres from the West Perth goals, giving that packed Social Club a good view of the action. The throw-in comes in. The ruck knock is won by Subiaco to the front of the pack. T. Wisson dives on it. Good, courageous football, but West Perth sandwich him in the pack. Yet no hope of getting rid of the ball, and the umpire will bounce it. We're about to go into time on here. Still only the one goal on the board for Subiaco in this quarter, and West Perth have kicked 4. Oh, high leap by Hall, but not effective ruck play as Snow picks up the ball, hooks downfield, and the mark on the wing is taken by Donnelly for Subiaco. Donnelly kicks the ball back towards centre half back. They've got a couple of loose men there. Mowen's got the ball. Long hand pass downfield to O'Connor. O'Connor now boots the ball long, right up towards full forward. Knocked down by Freeman, picked up by McNish. No, by Kane O'Brien. Out to Bourne. Bourne surrounded by West Perth players. Gets the hand pass to where Heatley. Heatley snaps on goal and he's kicked that. No, he's hit the post. It was an excellent kick by Heatley. It was off balance. Got the boot into it, but it just grazed the goal post. And Subiaco get it behind. They desperately needed a goal at the 26-minute mark of the third quarter. And the scoreboard, West Perth 12-18-90. Lead Subiaco 6-9-45.
And nothing, but nothing will go right for the Lions here.
Freeman about to get proceedings underway again. He favours the outer side of the ground. It's a long, low drop punt. Mifka, brilliant one-handed mark. Well, just as Subi can do no wrong, West Perth and Mifka in particular can do nothing wrong whatsoever. I should say Subi can do no right. That was a freak mark. He kicks now towards the outer side of the ground. Jones is out there. Good tackle put on by Langdon. There's a free kick given away before that. And the ball will have to come back in. It's just near the boundary line, and Langdon will pick himself up now, and the free kick will go the way of Subiaco and will go the way of Donnelly.
You've got to admire Langdon's endeavour. I mean, he really is giving it all he's got.
Donnelly short, the lead from Connell hits him on the chest. Connell has just scored a right centre wing. From a standing start, he kicks towards Heatley. He's sandwiched between two. The ball comes down to Lambourne. He gets a hurried left footer away, but the mark is taken by Snow in the centre square. Hand passes off to the run of Connell. Long kick from 55 metres, but it's across the face. And through from behind the Subi. There's 6 goals, 10. That's 46. West Perth at 12-18-90.
And Matt Connell hasn't done enough this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get into the game. In fact, the Subiaco centre line been very ordinary indeed. They just cannot get any influence on this game at all.
27-minute mark of the third quarter. Freeman kicks in. Lambourne goes up from behind Kane O'Brien and gives away the free kick. Although O'Brien has finished up with the ball, the umpire might in fact have played the mark.
He's another player that hasn't done enough. He's got lots of ability, this young man.
Kane O'Brien, 60 metres from goal, punts towards full forward. That's a massive kick. And it swings offline and goes through from behind. Wonderful kick for length. 6-11 Subiaco, 47 and West Perth 12 goals, 18-90.
Big spiral. You don't see a lot of them these days. Had that been straight, it would have been a goal.
Freeman to kick in. He'll probably go to the opposite side now. The little short pass finds Jones just behind the half-back line. Jones pumps the ball out onto the wing. Langdon's in front, and Langdon takes the mark. Mifka was anticipating a deeper kick. Langdon goes for a short pass out to McNish, and McNish takes a clever mark inside the 50-metre line, but only about 6 or 7 metres in from the boundary. A difficult kick from McNish from out there, but he should be able to make the distance from there, Andrew McNish.
He's a sharpshooter. His job is kicking goals.
Socks down, he goes for a pass, and Snow takes the mark in a more central position and about 3 or 4 metres closer to goal. But there's no doubt Snow will make the distance. He'll kick from 40 metres. Subiaco desperately needs a full pointer here. The clock showing just over 28 minutes gone. Drop punt, a high one by Snow, and it's gone through for full points to Subiaco. That's their 7th goal. And there's the siren for three-quarter time. So that's a valuable goal to Subiaco. They're 7-11-53, trailing West Perth 12-18-90.
The Paddington Ale House.
West Perth look like they'll come away with not just premiership points, but will end the 1993 season on top of the ladder. And who would have thought last season they were wooden spooners? This year they're going to take the accolades.
Well, it looks that way, Glenn, and yet I've got a feeling that in a game of sport that luck ekes itself out. And in my opinion, West Perth had everything running for them in that quarter. All the luck that was going fell their way. I'm not saying they didn't play very well. They completely outplayed Subiaco. Subiaco trailed by 6 goals, and I've got a feeling they can get back into this game. I look at the side out there, and a few of their players could lift. I know it's very hard when you're playing an opposition that is full of confidence and going for their shots, most of their shots coming off, but I still believe that Subiaco have the cattle to get back into this game. But I see Matthew Burton coming off the field now. I do not think Subiaco can win the game with Matthew Burton off the field. Now, what they've got to be very careful of here, Subiaco, is this percentage.
Well,
because
they'd have to lose by about 115 points to allow East Fremantle to creep up into the top 5 on percentage.
They've still got to be very careful about it, don't they?
Yeah.
Because West Perth, I don't think they'll stop playing today. They have a big crowd. They owe it to the crowd to turn it on, and they'll give them a full game.
Carl Langdon to line up in a forward pocket to start the final term. Paul Mithka's dropped down there on him. And the final term about to get underway. West Perth leading by 37 points. A crooked bounce makes it easy for Donnelly. Taps it down. Then he was tackled high. No free kick. The ball comes out of the pack. Connell knocks it forward for Subiaco. Vaughan overruns it. Subiaco player gets written into the ground. And the Lions will take the free kick in the centre square. It's Donnelly. He plays on now. Kicks high from the standing start to half forward. Heatley into the air. Couldn't take the mark. Spoiled from behind by Freeman, but he gathers it well. Hand passes to Snow. Snow goes short. Too short. Picked up off the ground there by his teammate in O'Brien, who hand passes back to Snow. Passes to Langdon. Drops an elementary mark in the left full forward pocket. The tackle then lingered from Mithka, and perhaps Langdon unlucky not to get the free kick, but certainly should have taken the mark.
It's just a bit out of touch and badly in need of this run.
Mithka's really towed him up. Langdon spent a considerable time on the bench. Now the ball about to be thrown in deep in the Lions' left full forward pocket. Would you believe it? Gary Kemp is doing the ruck work against Nelson, and he's given away a free kick. Nelson to clear for West Perth.
Losing football.
Spiral torpedo doesn't really get onto it, but it's still gone 60 metres. It didn't spin truly, but it's on the outer wing. Subiaco get it forward to the pack to Snow. Takes one bounce, shows great acceleration, takes a second. Now he's lost a hand pass defensively to McNish. He kicks from 60 metres up towards full forward. Willett lost his footing. Gathered by O'Connor, who's right down in the forward line. His kick is smothered. He tried to then take the mark off his own kick. It only travelled about 6 metres. Freeman appeals for a holding the ball decision, and it will be bounced right at the head of Subiaco's attacking goal square.
That was an awful kick by McNish, wasn't it?
There's the bounce of the ball near the goal square, won by Nelson, who hits it out to the back pocket. Gary Kemp goes after the ball, hooks it back in from the boundary. It won't register a score, and now it's knocked across by Freeman for a force behind, and Subiaco go up to 7-12. 54, trailing West Perth 12-18-90. Things just not working out for Subiaco on the forward line. Freeman kicks in a short pass. Damon takes the mark. Damon comes round now in the left full back pocket. Punts it up onto the grandstand wing where O'Brien's got a bit of room. Joined by Donnelly, who knocks the ball away, but the loose ball goes to Lamborn. Lamborn easily spins away from Stevenson, goes flying down the wing. Lamborn, he's played a great game too, puts it up into the full forward area, and coming through is Metropolis, who take the mark for West Perth. Metropolis now wanting to play on quickly, gets the ball to the half-back line. Snow is there, Simon's with him. Simons has knocked it down. West Perth have got it through Curley. Curley goes this way and that, then kicks the ball square, and Subiaco mark. It's taken by Connell, their centre half-back. Connell kicks it into the centre. McDonald lets it go for Bourne to pick up for Subiaco. Bourne kicks it back up towards the half-forward line, and coming through nicely is O'Connor to take the mark, gets pushed over by O'Brien, and that's a 50-metre penalty. And O'Connor now will be shooting for goal from about 35 metres out, right in front.
Yes, well, a blatant 50 metres, and he might have been a bit unlucky on Darren O'Brien because he pushed O'Connor. He's not very big, O'Connor, and he was just half falling back when he pushed him. And by the time he pushed him hard, he set him right on his backside.
We're about 3 minutes into the last quarter. Subiaco need a goal here. They're trailing by 36 points. It's a massive margin to overcome, but a goal here probably will lift their spirits.
Look at that windsock, George.
The wind coming up a bit now. It's blowing mainly across the field. There's the kick by O'Connor. That looks pretty good from here. Let's wait on the result. It's a goal to Subiaco. 8-12 to them now. They're 60. Trailing West Perth 12-18-90.
Well, one ball's been pocketed by the crowd. The emergency umpire's thrown another one to umpire Trevor Garrett, and play restarts. Nelson outrucks Donnelly. Didn't really get that much effect though. Nelson now does his own roving. His kick goes straight up and down. Subiaco destroyed. Harris comes through, tackled high, will receive the free kick. The ball will come back to little Darren Harris. McNish was the man who applied the high tackle. Now Mildenhall is free out towards the members' wing. That's the direction of the pass. He gathers it, kicks now up towards Lambourne, and he takes a courageous mark. He glanced and saw Coyle coming, and then decided, well, I'll stand my ground, and he's taken the mark.
Very kind, is Coyle. Very kind indeed.
Yes, he certainly could have run right through Lambourne, who I think may have got a knock on the back of his Achilles tendon. He's out there with the trainer David John now.
I just wonder what would have happened had Tony Sol and the Subi Cosby coming the other way then, Glenn.
Well, they probably would have taken Lambourne off on some sort of device, as David John running backwards has fallen over the runner. But we'll stay with Lambourne. He'll shoot from 51 metres out towards the technical school end of the ground. Won't quite have the carry. Pack into the air. Subiaco knock it back into the field of play. A soccer attempt off the ground by Green, and he's missed. Gee, shades of Ned Zillage there with the Socceroos. He threw the boot at the ball.
What's he got now?
West Perth have 12-19-91. Subiaco 8-12-60. He's kicked 1 goal 7.
1-7. Amazing performance by Trevor Green. And the ball kicked in short and in the back pocket. Subiaco in possession here. Go towards centre half back, and Snow takes the mark. Snow a hand pass over towards Coyle. And Coyle, looking old and wise with that beard, puts it up onto the wing where Donnelly takes the mark. Handball's back towards Coyle, who puts it up towards the half-forward flank, and Langdon's got it. Langdon kicks it up towards centre half forward. Heatley ducks under the ball by the robust Freeman. Ball goes to Bourne. Socket away by Freeman. And at the attacking edge of the centre square, it's Donnelly who squares the ball with a nice little pass to Connell. And Connell's got the mark 60 metres from goal. Goes into the pocket. Not a good kick. Towards Kane O'Brien. Through comes Mifka, having a birthday today. Wards off the tackle from Bourne. Good tackle by Langdon. Gets the hand pass to Freeman. The bounce beats him. O'Connor's got the ball. Goes on goal with a long kick now. Kemp from behind. But the ball is knocked away by Damon. And it's gone through for a force behind. 8-13 to Subiaco. 61. West Perth 12-19-91.
The Lions are pressing hard.
Kick taken by West Perth before the flag was put back in the socket. And the kick out will be taken by Mildenhall for West Perth.
Does the flag have to go back in the socket or stop waving?
No, he's got to put it back, I think. Anyway, he might have even stopped it waving, Keith. There's Mildenhall, kicks it out the half-back flank outer side. Nelson takes a strong mark. Goes to Donnelly. Far too big for Donnelly. Casual hand pass over to Harris, and the little West Perth rover goes for a short pass and finds Damon. Damon kicks the ball up towards centre half forward. The mark taken by O'Brien. O'Brien up towards centre half forward. Proper another West Perth mark. There's the kick. It's a nice short pass, and the mark taken by West inside the 50-metre line. West goes for a short pass, and West Perth have got it through Painter. About 35 metres out from goal and right in front.
Oh, that's pretty slack play by the Lions. After their midfielders had given them a couple of opportunities, and then all of a sudden a rebound. The West Perth players loose everywhere.
Well, the lead is 30 points to the Falcons. Shot by Painter from right in front, goes through for another goal. And West Perth at 13-19, 97, leading Subiaco 8-13-61 at the 8-minute mark of the last quarter.
Well, that was really shocking defence by Subiaco. Total lack of concentration, lack of application. Beautiful skill work by West Perth, but really it was just like being on the training track with the player with the ball having at least two options, and on each occasion using the right one. And Painter, he's been on the interchange bench for the greater part today. He'd enjoy kicking a goal, and now I don't think Subiaco can get back.
7:26 WF and ABC Regional Radio. The margin is 6 straight kicks. Nelson again, a convincing rough knock, but it's shark by Tuisin. A hand pass to Connell, another one in turn to Snow, who hand passes then off to teammate in O'Brien. He steps inboard with the left foot. Kane O'Brien kicks up towards the lead there of Gary Kemp, and he takes a very good sliding chest mark, 45 metres out from goals.
Well, he should be able to make the distance there. There's only a slight breeze blowing. He shouldn't have any effect.
Gary Kemp goes well back, the man on the mark. Jones now points out his mark to umpire Garrett. Kemp shoots from 48 metres. It's got carry, but not enough. It falls just over the pack. May have come off hands, but it went through the minor opening. And another behind on the board to Subi. They must convert to get right back into this game. They need to do it early. 8-14-62 the Lions. West Perth 13-19-97.
It's amazing how confident and how good the skill level was of Subiaco in the first quarter, and it's just fallen away as their confidence has fallen away.
Freeman, massive kick into the centre square, and the mark taken by Jones. There goes a kick up towards the half-forward line, and a good lead by Painter. He's taken the mark about 65 metres out from goal. Painter looking for a short pass to Darren O'Brien, and he takes the mark near centre half-forward. Well, they came down unchallenged after that long kick by Freeman. Another short pass by West Perth straight to Simons. Simons has taken the mark. They haven't gained much ground there. He's going to have to kick this from 45 metres out. Simons, who was drafted by the West Coast Eagles, kicking to the technical school end in front of 20,000 people here at Leederville.
Greg Jones going to a forward pocket. I don't know what that's all about.
The lead at the moment is 35 points. Simons, nice kick, comes back. That's a goal. A beautiful kick by Simons. And the 14th goal on the board of the Falcons. The Falcons 14-19, 103. Subiaco 8-14-62.
Well, how good are the Falcons? I haven't seen a lot of them this year. And there's a lot of names out here that are brand new to me, but I'll tell you what, they've got some midfielders that can use that ball effectively. They've got pace. I think of Mark Lambourne, Neil Mildenhall, an old timer, and Darren O'Brien. Darren Harris, a very good rover. They're quick, they're skillful, and their confidence is high.
And it looks like they learned themselves a weak break by finishing on top of the ladder. One there by Nelson, the centre bounce. Curley goes after it, but getting there first, McDonald. He kicks Subiaco towards the outer wing. It rubbers towards the line, but refuses to go out. Now it is. It's escorted over by Damon, and it will be thrown in on the outer wing.
Surprised Tony Solon hasn't made more moves. Maybe he's just realising or believing that there's no way he can lose by enough to miss the 6 to the 5.
Again, Donnelly doing the ruck work opposed to Nelson. Nelson stands his ground, wins it down. It's then slapped forward by Snow. It ricochets in turn to McNish. A hurried right foot kick, but it's marked by Jones. He goes onto his left boot and kicks West Perth into the centre circle. Blocking the ball there at ground level is Connell. He follows up by trapping it cleanly on the bounce. Kicks to half forward, and the mark is taken by O'Connor 60 metres from goal. Hand passes off towards Lambourne. Goes back onto his left boot. Kicks into a nest of Falcons. Oh! Freeman almost came through and spoiled his own man there in Jones. Luckily, Jones took the mark. They were the only two near the ball. Jones kicks towards the outer side. Harris tries to bottle it up. So too Mildenhall. The ball goes out towards the boundary line. It doesn't go out. Good piece of shepherding allows Harris in. Then Mildenhall peels off and accepts the hand pass. Away go the Falcons. 2 bounces for Mildenhall. He's forward of right centre wing. Kicks up towards full forward. Out comes Green. The ball bounces from his body. Gathered by Subiaco's McNish at ground level. He in turn takes 2 bounces. Sweeps a hand pass down the outer wing to Gary Kemp. Away he runs. With the right boot, he kicks to left half forward. Leading in the race is Willett. Hot on his hammer there is Tony Edwards. Willett goes left, then right. He burns him away. Takes the bounce. Hand passes to Langdon. Langdon with the left foot near the boundary line. 35 metres out. O'Connor into the air in the goal square. Couldn't take the mark. Damon applies a good shepherd. Allows Hassler in. He goes to ground, Paul Hassler. Gives it off though by hand to Damon. Damon's kick has touched off the boot. It went over on the full, but it will be thrown in deep in the right full forward pocket. Or will it? The boundary umpire signalled that it was touched off the boot. Now umpire Garrett goes in. The umpires confer, and it will be thrown in.
I thought Nathan O'Connor should have received a free kick for holding the ball then. It was a very courageous effort to tackle 2 players.
The ball thrown in deep in the right full forward pocket there for Subiaco. It comes down. Socket off the ground brilliantly by West Perth. Right up onto the members' wing. It was a good kick there by O'Brien. Then he's gone in very, very recklessly. And the free kick will go the way of Donnelly. Just forward of right centre wing for Subiaco. The Lions, to have any chance, need to score in a very big hurry.
Hip on head, and they hurt.
So Donnelly from the right centre wing for Subiaco. Kicks it up towards centre half forward. Heatley comes through from behind. Takes the ball. Blows it away on goal. It's a big kick towards Langdon and Mifka. And the ball goes behind, and Mifka will take it across the line, but he's earned the free kick. It's against Langdon for holding. And Mifka blazes it away towards Nelson, who takes the mark just behind right half-back flank.
Gee, what an effect he's had on this game since quarter time.
Nelson with a short pass upfield, and the mark taken by Hasler. Hasler's done a lot of good things today. Handball back to Nelson. Nelson from the standstill. It's a massive front kick up towards the half-forward line. Derek Hall takes the mark in the pack. Touch ball. He's called to play on. Boots the ball up towards full forward. Out comes Green. Takes it on the run. Goes for a hand pass towards Painter. Doesn't come off. Metropolis fumbles it. Green's back in there. Pushes the ball to Painter. Socket away from him by Dargy, and now picked up by Moen. And the Subiaco defender hand passes away. And it goes the way of Coyle, who gives the ball back to Dargy. Dargy a hand pass downfield to Snow. Back it comes to Dargy. Run past the centre line. High kick over centre half forward. Heatley there with Freeman. The ball goes behind. Mifka gets another kick here. Or will he hand pass it? He handballs to Damon. And Damon from left full back now. Changes direction of the play. Coolly runs across the face of goal. Boots it back onto the outer side of the ground. Jones goes up, can't take the mark. Connell wins the ball on the ground. Goes for a short pass, and this time O'Connor takes the mark. Goes for another short pass, and O'Brien takes the mark just a few metres closer to goal. He's about 45 metres out and practically right in front.
It was careless play, no problem of course, but careless play by Damon.
About 15 and a half minutes gone. O'Brien's kick on goal. He's offline, drifts through from behind. And Subiaco move up to 8:15, 63. Trailing West Perth 14-19, 103. 15 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter. I think time's running out for Subiaco.
I think it's running out, no risk.
Freeman goes short and finds Mildenhall. Shapes for the spiral torpedo. It doesn't go properly off the boot and bounces near the centre circle. O'Brien knocks the ball down on the bounce. Hand passes and then from Hall out towards Lambourne. It comes back towards Hall. A bit of the fumbles, but he gets it off into a teammate. Skirting the pack there. O'Brien a left foot kick up towards half forward in the shadows of the trees on the western side of the ground. The mark dropped there by West Perth in front through Painter. Tunneled along the ground. Picked up now by Harris. He's tackled there well by McDonald, and his hand pass goes directly to Dargy. Dargy sweeps a hand pass off to Connell. Connell goes short through the centre corridor, and the mark is taken by Willett. Lays off a hand pass to the run of Lambourne on the members' wing. He hand passes further afield to O'Brien. Steps inside Nelson. Shocking left foot disposal. Picked up on the lead there by Heatley. A right foot snapshot on goals. It's a free kick. Magnificent kick by Heatley. It's a goal. He pulled it back to about 46 metres out. He was running towards the boundary line in the right full forward pocket. And with that, he registers his fourth goal and moves to 90 for the season. But it's all coming too late for the Lions. They're 9-15-69. West Perth 14-19, 103, 17 and a half minutes into the final term.
Yes, they've made no ground on West Perth in, 16, 17 minutes. And the passing to Heatley today has been very poor indeed. And early on when their midfield work was good, even then the passing wasn't good to him. He's presented himself. The Subiaco players haven't disposed of the ball well enough. So to kick 4 goals under those conditions, not bad.
Well, each team has kicked 2 goals in the last quarter. This is the most even part of the play since quarter time. Knock out of the ruck by Nelson, goes up to centre half forward. Broken up by Snow. Comes out onto this grandstand wing. Connell leads in the race to the ball. Sends Subiaco up towards the half forward flank. The ball beats Hasler across the line and out of play. West Perth playing with tremendous spirit, as they have done right throughout the season after losing their first 2 games. The sort of spirit that could take them through to the premiership. The ruck knock, won by Willett this time. One of the few times Nelson's been beaten for the ruck knock. O'Brien's got control of the ball for Subiaco. Hand pass to O'Connor. He's nudged off it. Hasler's got it. Tackled by Langdon. Back, pushing the back, says the umpire. The free kick goes against Langdon, and Hasler will take it from left half back. He carried Hasler forward in the tackle. Hasler, a cool customer, playing a good game on the flank. Boots it up along the wing. Back up, and nearly a mark to Donnelly. The umpire has paid it. Donnelly with the mark on the right side. No, it's a free kick. Pushing the back on Hall. Hall boots it towards centre half forward, but Bourne gets in the way for Subiaco and takes the mark. Can Subiaco come home with a flurry of late goals? Kick to centre half forward. He looks for Willett. Knocked away by West Perth. Down to Robbie West. West goes one way, then the other. Draws the man. Handballs to Hasler. Hasler kicks it back onto the wing, but it's all Subiaco here, and Coyle has taken the mark. Glenn Coyle, the Subiaco centre half back, boots it up to half forward. Langdon will fly, knocks the ball down. Play on, says the umpire. Damon's got it. Now the umpire sees interference. and Damon gets a free kick for over the shoulder.
Now Langdon has gone very heavily into Nelson in that marking contest, and Big Craig very slow to get up.
Yes, he's down on all fours there. He looks like Tony Galento. Now he's up on his feet. Nelson's okay, just a little bit bruised. And West Perth with this free kick here to Damon, just forward of the half-back flank. They lead 14 goals 19 to 9 goals 15. Kick by Damon, goes up the half forward. Big high leap by Curley. Takes the mark, plays on, gets pulled off the ball by Coyle. In goes Painter. He gets tackled there by McDonald of Subiaco, and the umpire will bounce the ball. The clock has crept up to the 20-minute mark. You're listening to 720, 6WF and ABC Regional Radio. The knockout of the ruck comes from Donnelly. Down at Dargy, a handball to Bourne. He runs through the centre circle. Puts the ball up to half forward. It's wide of Willett. Willett knocks the ball on. Goes towards Heatley. Heatley's 40 metres from goal. Takes a pot shot, and it's offline. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. And Damon will take the free kick back into play.
Well, he should have made something of that. He avoided all the tacklers and really ran into an open goal. He didn't square up. He kicked exactly where he was running to.
Wayne Damon about to bring the ball back into play. The spiral torpedo gets it outside his defensive 50. Nelson, who's made a recovery, couldn't take the overhead mark. Jones the crumbs. His kick is blanketed off the boot by Subiaco's Tuition, and it's gone over the line for a boundary throw-in. Right half forward for Subiaco. West Perth can have a break next week. The elimination final will be between Subiaco and South Fremantle. The qualifying between Swans and Claremont. The ball thrown in. It comes down to the front of the pack. Connell gets it. Sweeping left-handed hand pass back towards half-forward and Monaghan. He runs around Hassler. The full-back kicks from about 55 metres out. It's a very good effort. It's hit the base of the left goal post. And another behind to Subiaco. They're 9 goals 16. That's 70. West Perth 14, 19, 103. And in glorious conditions, the kicking for goals has been very ordinary today from both sides. Freeman now inbounds towards the outer back pocket. And Tony Edwards takes the mark. There's no one standing the mark, so he gains a few metres, kicks to half-back, Painter takes the mark. West Perth again very easily move the ball out of their defensive zone. Painter swings it wide onto the outer wing. Gathered on the bounce by Starr. He gets around Dargy. Then he gets his kick down the outer wing, and it's marked by Derek Hall. He hits the ground and limps a little bit. Now he kicks back infield, and Painter's drifted well down and takes the mark. Just forward of right centre wing, tries to play on, tackled by McNish. Gets a hand pass away. It's swooped upon by Bourne. Hand pass to Monaghan, who gives it back to Bourne. Just backward to the centre circle. He spears a low kick up towards half forward. The diving attempt to mark dropped there by Heatley. O'Connor can't find the handle. In comes Big Craig Nelson. Hand passes off to Freeman. From inside the centre square, he kicks to half forward. Bounces off the chest there of Curley. In he goes, took his eyes off the ball. It ricochets back near the centre circle. Gathered by Subiaco's Tuition. He kicks high towards centre half forward. Big pack into the air. Mithka last in line, couldn't take the mark. A player from both clubs on the ground in a little bit of trouble. Free kick there now to Damon as the tackle lingered. And a West Perth player in Hassler in a deal of trouble on the ground. Now he picks himself up, so too does Heatley. West Perth maintain possession. The ball on the members' side now. Jones kicks up towards half forward.
Yes, and the bounce beats of the West Perth player Curley. And McDonald gets a hand pass to Burton, who's back on the field. He goes towards Snow. Snow plays on there, knocks the ball to Gary Kemp. Kemp's surrounded. He'll get caught by Lambourne, but gets the kick in towards centre half forward. And Donnelly, I think it is, who's taken the mark. Donnelly for Subiaco, 55 metres out from goal.
Matthew Burton's come on and Willett has limped off.
Now Donnelly having a shot. It's a long kick into the goal square. Langdon goes up unopposed. One of the few times in the game that the West Perth defenders didn't go for the spoil. Langdon's got the mark right in front. And I think from there, he'll put the 10th goal on the board for Subiaco. There he goes. Straight through the centre. Subiaco 10-16, 76. Trial West Perth 14 goals, 19, 103. And we've had 23 minutes of play in the last quarter.
Yes, and I noticed Tony Solomon has made a move, which maybe he could have made a lot earlier with Monaghan going from full-back to centre half forward. I've seen him play some very good football on the half-forward line, but he's made very few moves today, Tony Solomon, and especially across the centre of the ground. And Carl Langdon, well, he's short of a run. He's given all he's got. There's no doubt about that, but he just hasn't been up to Paul Mifka today.
Now Burton finally back in the centre to do the ruck work. This time he wins it against Nelson. Gets it down to Bourne. A hurried right foot kick to half forward. It creeps inside the attacking 50 on the bounce. Edwards gets there for West Perth. Hand passes defensively to Jones. He sweeps one by hand to Mifka. He's on the members' half-back flank. He goes short with a left boot. The lead came from Simons. He couldn't quite gather the ball on the half volley, and it's ricocheted over the line for a boundary throw-in. Right in front of our commentary position, and to our right, the West Perth cheer squad start their chant. The ball thrown in. Gary Kemp comes in to try to assist Burton. The ball bounces back in turn towards the big West Perth ruckman Nelson, but his clearing kick marked by Dargy. Hand passes to the run of Coyle. He draws a man in Lambourne and hand passes down the members' wing to Gary Kemp. He'll try to step inside O'Brien. Harris, he does so, takes a bounce. Then he hand passes the ball away. But it's gathered by Hall. Derek Hall, well down from centre half forward. Kicks down to the half forward line for West Perth. Dargy leads in the race, out in front of Burns. Burns gets into his back. No free kick. The ball ricochets from Dargy's grasp over the line, and a boundary throw-in at left half forward for the Falcons.
Wouldn't mind betting Gary Kemp's off fairly quickly.
24 minutes gone in the last quarter. West Perth well in command. The ruck knocked one by Coyle, back towards the boundary. Robbie West has got it, gives it to Milton Hall, but he gets nudged across the line by T-Wisson, and it's going to be another boundary throw-in. West Perth have been in command since the start of the second quarter. They're 14-19 to Subiaco 10-16. It's been a wonderful spirited exhibition by West Perth. Knockout by Burton. Snow had a kick in the pack, then he knocks it away from back to Robbie West, gets it down to Curley. Curley boots it up into the pocket, missed by Metropolis of Subiaco. Harris goes after it for West Perth, knocks it towards the goal square, but Moen now plays the ball out into the back pocket. O'Brien goes after it for West Perth, and with him McNish. McNish knocks it away, only as far as Simons. Simons hand passes the ball over to Starr. Starr has a shot at goal, and it's gone through for full points from 35 metres out. The 15th goal to West Perth. They're 15-19, 109, and Subiaco at 10-16, 76 as we go to time on.
Yeah, Starr kicks his second, and he's played his part today. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but in the midfield he's played his part. But it's been a very good performance by West Perth, and yet having said that, if these two sides happen to meet again in the final round, I don't think West Perth would be the odds-on favourite to beat Subiaco.
Back in the middle, and he throws the ball into the turf. Burton favoured by the bounce. He wins it down wisely, been on the ground earlier in this final term. West Perth, though, get first use of the ball. A hand pass from Starr to Harris. Darren Harris kicks to half forward, blanketed on the bounce by Hall. Gets a little hand pass back to Simons. A standing start, high kick towards the right full forward pocket. O'Brien goes under it. At the back, Curley snaps back on goals. It'll go towards the head of the goal square. Trevor Green is marked. And surely, from 10 metres out, he will improve on today's effort of 1 goal 7. It's a very good chest mark. The ball was spiralling. He shoots on goals, and he has put it through. In fact, he's kicked it right over the fence into the technical college. 2 goals 7 today to Trevor Green. West Perth had their 16. 16-19, 115. Subiaco 10-16, 76.
Okay, the ball back at the centre. I'll get you to give a run through of the best players for both teams in a moment during the course of play, Keith. There's the knock out of the ruck, won by Burton. Down to Bourne. Bourne boots Subiaco up towards Langdon. He goes up, ball by Freeman. Through comes Mifka. Mifka gets tackled by Kent, can't get the kick in. West Perth going hard through Troy West. He can't get it away. Langdon scoops the ball out of the pack. Missed down there by Kane O'Brien. Through come West Perth and soccer it away. Up the half-back line, picked up by Snow. Snow hooks the ball on goal. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. It's hit the behind post. And the free kick back of the play will be taken by West Perth. Who's been the best players on the ground, Keith?
Well, best player on the ground, Paul Mifka, absolutely superb on a half-back flank. Not far behind him, Neil Milton Hall.
Kick onto the half-back flank. The ball comes behind. Sockered away by West. Right down the wing it goes to T-Wisson. T-Wisson trying to get around Lambourne. Kicks into the centre of the ground, and Bourne takes the mark for Subiaco. Draws the man. Handballs to Monahan. He gets tackled by Harris. Harris sets up an attacking move for West Perth with a hand pass out wide. And West Perth's O'Brien gets it back to Simon. Simon puts it up towards centre half forward for West Perth. The mark taken by O'Brien on the 50-metre line. Little short pass to Milton Hall, and Milton Hall's got the mark 40 metres out from goal. Who else for West Perth?
Yeah, brilliant performance on a wing. Craig Nelson, the man Mountain, has been superb. He saw Matthew Burton. I saw him off early on. I thought that Harris, a very good player, very good rover, especially early on. Freeman and Jones and Damon, very good in defence. Derek Hall and Curley, the best of the forwards. And I thought that Trevor Green, he's had a lot of the footy, but just couldn't kick goals. Subiaco, it's a bit harder. I thought Monaghan in defence played a very good game at fullback. Snow in the midfield was quite excellent. Matt Connell, not so good in the second half.
30 minutes gone in the last quarter as Milton Hall fires one goal and kicks another one for West Perth. Now West Perth is 17-19, 121. Subiaco at 10-16, 76.
Moen was a solid defender and without being brilliant, we're getting down to the also run now. Errol Bourne tried very hard, but not one of his better days. Donnelly giving too big a task at the ruck, but I thought he battled pretty hard, as did Carl Langdon. Nathan O'Connor made a few mistakes today. Willett did a few good things in the first quarter, but really all the good players on the field in the West Perth side, with Mithka, Milton Hall, Lambourne, Nelson and Harris the best of them.
And the principal goal scorer, Milton Hall, 4 for West Perth, and leading the way for the Lions, Jason Heatley also with 4. There's the centre bounce. Won by Burton. And Subiaco get a last hurrah. It's socket off the ground. They're going out there towards the outer wing is Monaghan. Socket forward though by West Perth. Streaming after the ball is Jewison. Will he be able to pick it up? He can't. He falls to the ground under duress from the West Perth forwards. Subiaco trying to get the ball away there through Dargy. Unsuccessfully, the ball gets tracked towards the line, refuses to go out. Now Jewison in a falling hand pass into the path of McNish. The dying stages of this game. And the ball has been bottled up at right half forward. There's the siren. And West Perth, fittingly in their last game after 78 years at Leederville, have run out winners 17-19, 121. The Subiaco 10-16, 76, and with the strains of the anthem playing out, the ground is now covered by spectators. And West Perth have earned themselves a week's break. They finished on top of the ladder next Saturday in the elimination final at Subiaco Oval. South will meet Subi, and the qualifying final on Sunday in the WACA, Swans to meet Claremont. Keith, we've got just over a minute. It's been a great exhibition of waffle football.
Well, congratulations, Jeff Beeson and the Falcons, the West Perth Falcons. They'll soon be the Joondalup Falcons. They had 20-odd thousand people here today, and they didn't let their fans down. They started slowly. Subiaco looked to have all the skills going for them in the first quarter, but slowly but surely they got right on top. West Perth, they were absolutely superb. Nelson got on top of Matthew Burton. He gave the smaller midfielders the run of the ball, and then we saw the Milton Halls, the Lambournes, the Harrises, the O'Briens, absolutely superb. We saw Hall brilliant up in the forward line, and the best man on the ground, Paul Mithka. What a superb performance on a half-back flank. If he can take that form into the finals, that'll be an enormous asset to West Perth.
Well, it's grand final scenes here at Leederville Oval, and who knows, they might be repeated for the Falcons at Subiaco Oval in a month's time. The final score, West Perth 17-19, 121. Subiaco 10-16, 76. And West Perth have bid farewell to Leederville Oval with a convincing 45-point victory to head the table at the end of the 1993 home and away season.